Hey everyone. Okay, so I'm coming on this live as a little impromptu reading session. I'm not going to be reading a book. I'm going to read a blog article that I wrote years ago back in 2022. And the reason that I'm reading this is because it's titled Aries the Fearless Warrior. So it's a blog article that I wrote, and it's just, thoughts, my inner thoughts. And my birthday's coming up in a few weeks, and I'm an Aries, and Misfit Vegan, who I connected with, she's also an Aries. And then Anastasia, oh, I can never say her name right. Anastasia, I think. So she's also an Aries. So we're all Aries, and it's just really, really powerful, this Aries energy. And if you're not an Aries, then, maybe you just don't really understand what it feels like to be an Aries. So it's just a very powerful force. So I'm going to read this blog article that I wrote. It's an 8-minute read. So if you want to stay on, you can stay on if you want to tune into the live stream, or if you're not interested or whatever. But yeah, so it's called Aries, the Fearless Warrior. I haven't read this in years, so I'm feels like I'm reading it for the first time. Okay, by Jamie Love. If life was a virtual reality video game and our bodies and personality were parts of our avatar, then our life path number, human design, programming, zodiac, and even lifestyle habits could describe certain talents, abilities, strengths, and weaknesses. They would show us what advantages we have over the other players, not in a sense of cutthroat competition, but to help us realize what traits we can use to propel us forward in the game of life and what traits will hold us back. They also show us what skills we need to develop in order to overcome these weaknesses, as well as what inherent qualities we already possess inside of us that we can nurture in order to help us reach our full potential. For example, everyone has the ability to utilize the law of attraction, but some naturally embody qualities or higher frequencies that enable them to manifest desired outcomes more easily. So if this was an actual experience in a virtual reality world, I'm sure we would want to know what strengths and weaknesses our avatars came with to learn how to overcome those specific challenges, since they are most likely what lessons we are supposed to learn, as well as utilize our strong qualities for our best interest to maximize our potential for success. Some characters, quote unquote characters, avatars, or people in the world, may need to work harder to embody certain traits that weren't fully embedded into their avatar's DNA coding. Our human avatars didn't come with instructions like they do in an actual video games. What programming was downloaded into your DNA that you would like to wipe clean, and what new programming do you want to take its place? Becoming the best version of yourself is very similar to creating the perfect avatar in your own virtual world. Well, that is sort of what we have the capability to do in our current waking reality. We are conscious beings designing our world and creating our avatars on an ongoing basis. The question is, what do you want your world to look like, and how do you envision the ultimate version of the avatar that you've been given? In search of my purpose, I came to realize that I was meant to do something great in this lifetime. The more I searched for answers to help guide me in the right direction, the more I confirmed this truth. The problem was I didn't believe in my capabilities. I didn't have strength or courage or any emotional intelligence whatsoever. I had zero self-control over my behaviors or even my mind. My thoughts, which were primarily negative, limiting, pessimistic, and fear-based, ruled over me. I felt powerless. I felt weak. I felt hopeless. I began doing the inner work I needed to do in order to change my mindset and overcome self-doubt. Then, while I was having a spiritual experience one afternoon, I felt in complete harmony with nature and the universe. I had only ever felt it to this extent one other time. I felt weightless and free. When I realized this oneness, I naturally and without thought began to do Qigong with my arms as I was laying on the floor. I didn't know what I was doing at the time, but I was flowing with and manipulating the energy around me. I could see and feel myself moving through the immediate space around me, but at that same time moving through all of existence. Even though I had heard that everything in the universe is connected, it wasn't until this moment that I personally knew it to be true. When I moved, it rippled out into everything like a wave in the ocean. When I spoke, the sound of my voice echoed into everything at once. There was no separation between me and all of life. I could feel and see how I was connected to everything and everyone. I understood how we can draw energy from the sun, the earth, the moon, and the space around us. I had knowledge of these concepts, but it wasn't until the moment that I had the direct experience to truly understand. At the same time, I connected to my zodiac energy and fully embodied Aries. It was as if the zodiacs were similar to Greek gods, and I could draw upon her, Aries, power anytime I needed her. In that moment, I was her, a fearless warrior. I was Aries. As if I was channeling her energy, I felt like my full, authentic self. All my strength, power, courage, and love were all perfectly balanced and in harmony. The same as with the previous experience, I had knowledge of these zodiac concepts but couldn't fully believe in it until having this direct insight. But still, I couldn't stop thinking about my experience and what it showed me. I started to research more about my zodiac, life path number, and my human design in hopes they would give me better insight as to what my life purpose is and what lessons I am supposed to overcome during this lifetime. The numerology life path number is similar to your astrological sun sign. It reveals your greater purpose, including strengths, weaknesses, talents, and ambitions. Your life path number also exposes the tone of your experiences and why events occur, past, present, and future. My life path number is a 1, which is a natural born leader. The strengths of a life path number 1 teaches the importance of believing in yourself, can result in the achievement of large-scale ambitions, mental and physical energy, leadership, easily adaptable to change, and independent. The weaknesses of the life path number are self-centered, impatient, addictions and attachments, fear of potential for greatness or success, approval seeking, and an unbalanced ego. Now we get to the human design. Human design is a logical system that brings together principles of the I Ching astrology, Kabbalah, Hindu, Brahmin, chakra system, and quantum physics. With human design, you discover what makes you different from everyone else. It offers profound insights into your psychology, along with strategies and techniques for making correct decisions and ultimately leading to a life of more ease and fulfillment. Human design offers a map of your unique genetic design with detailed information on both conscious and unconscious aspects of yourself. Using simple tools, it guides you in discovering your own truth. My human design is manifesting generator. The strengths: Life force energy flows through them in an explosive way that acts like a superpower magnet that draws opportunities to their aura. Manifesting generators are designed to flow in the now with the current of life being spontaneous. Things magically work out for them. They appear to be lucky. Fast moving, multitasking, must work to exhaustion, lots of exercise, can persevere in the face of difficulties. Natural enthusiasm, are here to transform the world with their talents, and they can accomplish many things in one lifetime. The weaknesses of a manifesting generator are they must learn to respond from the gut and not from logic, overthinking the mind. They're impatient, frustration and anger, must listen to their sacral center of inner wisdom. They can sleepwalk into giving their energy to everyone else, restless, fidgety, or anxiety. Now, in astrology, the 12 zodiac signs are a loose guide to personality traits, which are a reflection of the behavior, attitude, passion, strengths, and weaknesses of people under each classification. They can be used for self-improvement, growth, entertainment, and fun. My zodiac is Aries, and an Aries to me is a fearless warrior. When I think of a depiction of an Aries female, I think of Wonder Woman, Lara Croft, and Alita all come to mind. So the strengths of an Aries are, we are natural born leaders. We don't go down without a fight. We persevere. We are fearless. We exert super inner strength and become covered with an invisible yet unbreakable shield when being attacked both physically and spiritually. We embody the spirit of a warrior. We're adventurous, spontaneous, enthusiastic, independent, confident. We're risk takers. We are dreamers. We're optimistic, compassionate, caring. But our weaknesses are we're impatient, we have anger, frustration, childish at times, self-centered, we can be reactive and impulsive, jealous, argumentative, and stubborn. Honestly, I was blown away when I started to really look into these things. Here I was believing that I don't have what it takes to be a leader, and yet that is the most common denominator of all the qualities that I was given and naturally possess. It's amazing what we can believe about ourselves from the stories we tell ourselves over and over again. But it is time to write a new story. It's time to remember what we are truly made of. We can believe whatever we want to believe about ourselves, so why not believe that we are meant for greatness and possess extraordinary gifts and abilities? These models explain exactly what I've been dealing with my entire life, so it's difficult not to trust in their truth. My biggest challenges in life have been to overcome anger, impatience, selfishness, and an ego imbalance. I have struggled with fear and insecurities in the past and now had to make a choice to believe that once I got over them, I would become the strong, confident, unstoppable, fearless warrior I always knew I was, using love as my driving force, not allowing anything to stand in my way. No evil can throw me off track. No distraction will avert me from my mission. Somehow I knew that it was already inside of me and that I simply needed to connect to that energy, that version of myself that already exists. I am that woman. What is your superpower? All of these traits, or so-called stats, is what my son would refer to as, can give a deeper look into what we are truly capable of achieving with the hand that we've been dealt. I don't want these to be seen as limitations, but more as a shortcut, or rather a hack, into the unique design of our personal human experience. Work with them. Strengthen your strengths and work through your weaknesses. Become a more well-rounded, whole, and balanced creature. Embrace your true, authentic nature. Many do not believe in astrology, numerology, or complex personality charts. There was a time when I was skeptical myself. Heck, there was even a time when I didn't believe in the body's energy centers or chakras. That was until I felt them open after performing Reiki on myself 5 days into a juice fast. Knowledge can only take you so far before direct experience is needed for true wisdom and understanding. And who knows? Maybe they're right. Maybe none of these concepts exist except in the constructs of our imagination. But isn't that the case with reality itself? If this world of energy can exist as being real to the mind, then so can everything else that comes with it. A dream within a dream is still a dream, but we don't know we are dreaming until we wake up. Truth can only be felt or experienced. Someone else's truth doesn't make it our truth. I dare you to go out and have your own heart-opening and enlightening experiences and find your own truth, or rather unique individual perspective on life. If any of this makes sense or inspires you in any way, please do something with it. Don't just sit back and watch as others pursue their dreams. Participate. The world needs you. The world needs your strength, courage, and inspiration. Just because you may not see or believe in your potential as of now, it doesn't mean you aren't capable of greatness. We all have greatness inside of us. It's up to us to unleash our inner strength and power. We all have a part to play. We all can speak a similar truth, but when expressed from our individual consciousness, it makes it unique and special. Someone out there needs you. Find your purpose, find your passion, answer the calling. Ultimately, this is a quote. Ultimately, we are not the avatars that we create. We are the light that shines through. How will you serve the world? What do they need that your talents can provide? That's all you have to figure out. That was quoted by Jim Carrey. I literally heard this quote in a motivational video the following morning after I started to write this blog and thought it would be a perfect ending. It is also a beautiful example of how everything, including our inner and outer worlds, are connected, and proves that there is an infinite amount of wisdom to tap into and an abundance of miracles waiting to be discovered if only we can become still enough to see them. Thank you for listening. That is my blog. I wrote that a few years ago. Hope you guys liked it. Any questions? You guys have anything to say? I appreciate you guys at least listening. That was probably one of the most powerful and inspiring blogs I feel like I've written. I just felt like that one was just so true. Like the words just came right out of my heart. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon.